welcome back, and today is day 7. We'll be playing another game, and today my goal is to maintain our rating, or rather to climb over the 2400 rating line again and try to stabilize. And meantime, I'll try to show you my logic, which I just introduced in yesterday's video about how to unlock your potential in chess. Unfortunately, the first game is aborted, and now let us try to pair again, and we will be playing some nice chess today. Here we go again. 23-33, and let's have a nice battle. This is the Slav defense, and we will be playing the Catalan against it. Let's see if it plays h6. Okay, that means he understands that there's this threat. Now it is time for us to execute our normal plan, which is knight back to d2 and play e4. Deciding to take, that is not expected. So we can't play knight d2 right now because there's queen d4. We do need to watch out for that. Well, I think we can go for this, because the idea is similar. We're still trying to play e4. Meantime, we are also attacking this c4 pawn, because after all, we've candidated it. He can't protect it. That means we will be transferring our knight over here, opening up the bishop, preparing for e4, and pretty soon we can bring out our bishop, and like something like queen c2, rook d1, rook c1, and it will be a great position to play with. Okay, knight d to d7. Well, I don't really want to trade, so let's just play knight c4. And now we're basically out of the opening. Well, as I've mentioned yesterday, there are 3 key things in playing a nice game, which is step 1, we have a plan, which is something like e4. Step 2 is also we need to play stably and not go for overly complicated positions, if not necessary. Step 3, of course, is going by our important thinking process, and now let's implement them. Well, bishop e7 doesn't threaten anything, so we need to choose some candidate moves. Well, since we're trying to execute the plan of e4 and we can play it right now, why don't we just go for it? And the idea behind e4 is actually we will be playing d5. Takes. And now we have opened our bishop, we can attack the b7 pawn, we can bring the knight over there, or rook d1, bishop c4, and we should have a great position. I hope you follow that. Even if you haven't, I will show you the entire variation when we finish this game. Honestly, I really know what our opponent is trying to do right now. He's thinking for a long time. So now, again, bishop h7 doesn't have a threat, so we continue with our plan. Very stable. We aren't going for any havoc like playing e5, because this allows this square, and perhaps we can bring in this. Yes, this is an idea, but it is overly complicated. So we go for d5. The idea is simple. We're trying to open up the bishop and take the center. Let's see how our opponent reacts to this move. Oh, I didn't realize he played the move. Okay, we take. That's unfortunate. He's taking back. I think this is the only option. And now it's time to decide. Well, personally, I think queen d5 is better than bishop d5 because of the possibility of knight d6. And of course, rook d1, both of which I like. Knight c5, very logical, and I think the natural thing to do here would be just to continue with our plan. Knight c5 doesn't have a threat. Again, it's not going here, not going there, nowhere. Only it's protecting this square. So now actually this exists, but what does it do? It is not actually a threat. Pretty soon we'll be playing bishop e3. Short castles, and I think we could just go for this. Let's see where the knight goes. If knight d3, we can play some simple chess again, play rook d1, and go for the 7th rank. b6 is a brave move. Of course, we don't like to go for this trade, because this bishop is much more valuable than this knight. So again, let's just play simple chess, stack our rooks, and potentially in the future we might play a3, b4, and rook d7. Rook c8 is played, attacking our knight. Let's request a trade, because, of course, a bishop is better than a knight. Rook d8 is played. Now we need to decide what to do now. Again, we should remember there's this possibility of knight d3, quite annoying. So let's play this. What I mean by knight d3 is that I'm considering this, but b4 knight d3, and if I take, there's bishop d6 or rook d6, winning a piece. So I really want to keep the knight there, and now after a trade, a6 is played. Simple chess would bring everything back, and look for chances furthermore. Rook c c8 is played again, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. So let's bring our king. Simple chess. Again, always simple chess. Now rook c8 doesn't really make sense because my knight's just standing there. What is he expecting to do? Let's target the weakness since he gave me one. Rook b6 to target b6. And of course, this move does have bishop f6 have the threat of trading, but in my opinion, this shouldn't be that big of a deal. We're just going for a safe and fair trade. And let's go for this. The reason I'm trading the rooks in spite of losing a pawn is because of how my bishops are generally better than a knight and a bishop, and more importantly, if in the future he takes on a2, interesting decision. If you take on a2, we have bishop d2. I have a feeling this game is going to spiral out into a draw, but of course time is part of the game. It is important for us to maintain good control over our time. I think trading would be bad for him because of how my king is closer. Now let's keep this flexible. Look out for knight checks and potential other knight threats. And we will be trying to win this pawn over here. He is currently trying to push, but I think from my standpoint, I'm just going to keep on pushing and try to make sure we don't get peekabooed over here by these pawns. Now we are up the entirety of 3 pawns. Honestly, I don't know how this came into being, but okay, a win is a win, I'll take that. The rest is pretty simple. And yeah, we won. We are back over 2400. I played at 2500 yesterday and lost, so I'm now below 2400, but after this game, I won 4 points. And overall, you see, this is just exactly what I'm talking about, a simple and stable game. Through the entire game, I have a clear idea of opening up my bishops, utilizing them, taking the d-file, and then eventually, I went for a rook trade because I recognized that bishops are better than knight plus bishop, and when he requested a trade, I went for it, used my bishop's power and my better positioning of the king to win 1 pawn, 2 pawn, 3 pawn, and ultimately win the game. Overall, I think this is quite a nice game. I also did put some pressure on the time as well, and in the end, the result is positive. I'll be grinding a bit more games offline, but since this game is quite a classic example of what I have mentioned yesterday, I decided to upload them. I hope this is educational and can help you understand my video before this one better. And if you like the games, please leave a like, check out the other games in the series, and I will see you tomorrow for some exciting action.